If you are someone who has been planning to start a new project or want to start learning a new skill or make any kind of change in your life, but you've been postponing it for a while and you want to finally stop making excuses, then this video is for you. I started making YouTube videos about 2 months ago, and at that time my motivation was that I wanted to make videos that could help people make positive changes and make better decisions in their life. I actually wanted to start even earlier, but I had all sorts of excuses that most people have when they're about to start something new, such as I don't have the right knowledge and experience yet, I don't have the right skills, I don't have the tools and equipments I need to buy this and that, I need to have this and that first before I can finally start. The perfectionistic and cautious side of me told me to hold off and not start until all of the conditions were perfect. But luckily at that time I knew that this was exactly the kind of mindset, or rather mind trap, that actually keeps us from fulfilling our potential. We are always waiting for the right time, the right moment, the right conditions before we want to start. But as you know, there will never be a right time, because every long journey will start with the first step, and that first step usually involves some kind of failure. So if anyway you are going to experience some kind of failure and make some mistakes in the beginning, so why not start now? It doesn't mean that you have to make huge changes all at once right now, but you can start making the first step towards the thing that you want to do. In the beginning, when I made my first YouTube video, I was quite unsure of whether I had enough interesting content to share with the public. And so I just simply started with what I knew best. I started with the topics that were within my area of expertise. So I started making videos about studying in Germany and deciding whether or not you should go back to studying again. I had the experience of studying in Germany, and there was also a time where I contemplated about going back to school to study. So these were things that I felt that I could confidently talk about. I purposely didn't want to invest in any kind of equipment yet. I wanted to kind of prove to myself that I had the discipline to carry this through and at least make my first 50 or 100 videos before starting to invest in any equipment. Because when working on any kind of project, the most important thing in the beginning is your mindset and not the physical things or the equipment that you have. Once you've got the right mindset and you've got your priorities straight, you've got clarity, you can always invest in equipment. So you don't want to be in a situation where you've already spent hundreds or even thousands of dollars into equipment, into things, and only to figure out later that this is actually not exactly the thing that I wanted to do. So I kept it very simple in terms of setup and equipment. As you can see, I'm recording this video in my own studio apartment. There are some things that you can see here, like you can see my stove or you can see my closet, but I don't think that it's too distracting. I just set up my seating and the camera in a way that you don't see too much of my personal space, and that there are not too many personal and unrelated items lying around like a towel or garbage or so that could be distracting. I'm using my iPhone to record my video here, and in terms of lighting I didn't do much. I just made sure that I did the recording directly in front of the light source. So I'm facing towards my window so I can get as much light as possible. While the quality of the video is not anywhere near I would like it to be, but it is watchable, it serves its purpose, the quality is okay, the volume is okay, and there's nothing too distracting about it. So when I started making videos, I just told myself that once I've made X number of videos, then I would kind of reward myself by investing in equipment. This was also kind of motivation to me, because I could test myself and see if I could be disciplined enough and if I could make continuous progress and be consistent. And once I've achieved my own set goal that was measurable, then I would reward myself by, for example, buying a piece of recording equipment. Whatever you're trying to do at the moment, whatever project you're working on or big change you're making in your life, just start with the most simple step. Start with the easiest step. Don't make yourself crazy and don't overcomplicate it. Start with the first step, and then one thing will lead to the other. As long as you keep progressing, eventually you will get to where you want. In my life, I was always interested in a lot of things, and there were always a lot of things that I wanted to try and achieve, including working in a bank, acting, and even having the experience of working in a cafe. And while I had more success in some things and less in other things, at least I can say that I have no regrets because I gave myself the chance to try all these things. So I would say to all the people out there who always wanted to do something but could not gather the courage to finally start doing it, stop making excuses and try to start something with whatever you've got this week or even today. Why not today? The biggest danger you can encounter when starting a new project or making any major change in your life is the danger of paralysis. There is an overload of information, there are too many complicated thoughts in your head and dilemmas, and in the end, on top of that, you have these fears of failure and making mistakes that you feel frozen and stuck in your place, and you don't even have the courage and energy to start doing anything. I know that it's very difficult to get past this stage, and the only way is to just make the first step with whatever you've got and simply accept the fact that it will be tough in the beginning and that you will make mistakes in the beginning. But why wait to start making these mistakes 1 or 2 years from now? If you're gonna make, let's say, 100 mistakes anyway, isn't it better to start making them now? So that way, in 1 or 2 years from now, you might have already accomplished what you set out to do. At the moment, some people close to me are going through some major changes in their life or starting something new, and someone specifically asked me to make a video to share about the right mindset when starting a new project. In the next few weeks, I will upload a few videos relating to the topic of starting a new project or making major changes in your life. So if you don't want to miss out on these, don't forget to subscribe and also hit the like button if this content was useful for you. Thank you so much for watching, and see you again soon.